Hey coach, for this first journal entry, I wanted to show you where I'm going to be applying all the fitness that I'm working on. My goal in one of the previous assignments was to apply that fitness to the K1 racing and to see if I could see improvements on my personal best and my averages. So for this first journal entry, I decided to go down to K1 Irvine and put in 3 races so I can get the average of all three and my personal best. The first video you're gonna see is sped through. It's the first race. I messed up my timer, but it adjusts by the second race. It says that I only did about 2 minutes, but it was a little under 5 minutes. And I'll start my second race around 5 minutes and some change. From then on forward, it's still sped through. I had some audio issues, but from then on forward to the third race I give you in real time so you can actually see and hear. You can see the intensity of my hand movements, my feet moving, how much rotation I need to do, all the workouts that I'm putting in, and the cardio that I'm working. Honestly, that's the worst part, my endurance. But also so you can hear. I think that adds everything. The sound of the screeching of the tires and the rotation through the corners. That'll bring everything full circle. So if you see any red screens, it means the we had a red flag on the field. So I stopped the timer and I slid it over. I didn't include that in the workout time since we were fully stopped. If you see yellow screens, that means we're on a caution. And I didn't stop the timer because it's usually a few seconds, taps 10, sometimes 20 seconds, depends. But since we're still in the heat of the race, we're still heart rate going. I didn't shift the time for those.
I'm tired already, coach. I'm tired already. I didn't do as good as the last one, but I think it's because the cart is a little bit slower on the get out of the turn. Yeah. One more.
So this is gonna be the race where the angle was way better. I moved the camera back so you're able to see my feet, hand movements, a lot of the work that I'm trying to do. You're able to see the position of the cars in front, kind of to show the path that I'm gonna start to take to try and overpass. And then you see really the engagement. There was so much traffic that you see the engagement. And this is what I mean by where I'm gonna apply the the fitness is to these moments where I have to jerk left and right and try to get around people sometimes and it's intense. So that's where you use a lot of stamina and a lot of endurance, really where your cardio really goes through the wall. So here's what I'm working on. I'm gonna take this time to justify my workout. The total timer at the end of this video is gonna be about 60 minutes and some change. So I take 16 minutes from that, and then I live around Disneyland, so it takes me about 15 minutes to get to the K1 location. And usually around that time, I try to practice form because the car has suspension and is even though it's heavier, it's easier to control because of the assist. I try to work on form and breathing while I get there. So I'm trying to take longer breaths and hold in between and then trying to maintain that breath there. So I do some breathing exercises on the way there and try to maintain my form. I try to use a heel toe type instead of trying to muscle through like I usually do with the carts. And then on the way home for cool down, I tend to usually do the same thing. I cruise control around 65 and I try to maintain form and some breathing exercises on the way. I'm trying to get myself in the mindset like an actor gets himself in the groove by diving in mentally, I do the same thing. So yeah.
What do I got? And that's over.
All right, coach. Like I said before, this is just the format for the first journal. I wanted you to see what I'm gonna apply it to. So maybe if you're interested, you can keep an eye out. I do have a YouTube channel where I post all my adult GP. So every month, first of the month, we go have a three race battle with the top guys in the city. So I've been doing that for the last couple months since the beginning of the year. I will continue to the end of the year. If you want to check it out, I'll make sure to post the screenshot for the QR code for the YouTube channel, so it makes it easier to find. So thanks for watching.